Hey gals, welcome to Binge Free Bestie, the podcast where we ditch the diets, break free from binge eating, and build a safe and empowered relationship with our bodies. I'm your host, Nick Carberia, a registered therapist who totally gets it. Binge eating and body image struggles? Yep, I've been there, done that, and I've got the therapy bills to prove it. But here's the good news, bestie. I've recovered and I'm here to help you to do the same. This potty is all about real, evidence-based strategies from my therapy practice, plus down-to-earth, relatable girl talk with me and some of my amazing besties and other experts who have their own stories, tips, and tricks to share with you. So, whether you're tired of the diet cycle, ready to ditch the shame spiral, or just want to feel more confident in your own skin, then you've come to the right place. It's time to get real about food freedom, body acceptance, self-care, and building a life you truly love. Let's get into it, besties. Hey bestie, welcome back to day 3 of the New Year Food Freedom Reset. As always, tune in just for this episode today, apply the tools and strategies that I'm going to share, and let this land before moving on. So today we're going to be talking about self-worth, because self-worth sits underneath so many of our struggles with food, feeling like we're in control or out of control with food in our bodies. And of course, it influences our self-trust too, even if maybe we don't consciously realize that. So when our self-worth is feeling shaky, food can very often become a strategy to manage that. It becomes a strategy to cope, to soothe, to numb, to regain a sense of control. And most people don't walk around thinking, I have low self-worth. Okay, it usually sounds like, I should be doing better. I can't trust myself. I need to be more disciplined. And if any of those kind of thoughts sound familiar, doesn't mean there's anything broken or wrong about you. It just means that your nervous system has learned that safety and worth is conditional. So today's practice and pep talk is all about offering your system a different experience. So I want to talk a bit about self-worth and polyvagal theory. I want you to understand why self-worth can sometimes feel so sticky. And to do that, let's talk a little bit about the nervous system. So according to polyvagal theory, our nervous system is constantly scanning for safety or threat, even when we're not aware of it. So when your system feels safe, you're going to feel more regulated. You can reflect, you can make choices, you can respond with flexibility. But when your nervous system is feeling unsafe, it moves into that protection mode. So we move into that fight or flight. Fight we can think of as control. Flight is more like avoidance. Or maybe there's just a complete shutdown or numbness. And for many people, those struggles with self-worth are actually nervous system states and not character flaws. So if you've learned very early on that things like love and approval or safety were conditional based on things like your performance, your behavior, your control, maybe that was around food, maybe it was based on the way that you looked, then it makes sense that that self-worth still feels really fragile now. And so I want to introduce you to something really powerful that I use in my own self-care regime, and that is called Emotional Freedom Technique tapping, or EFT tapping. EFT, I love. I love this so much. It works by gently tapping on specific points on your body, while also bringing awareness to what you're experiencing emotionally. So these tapping points, the ones that we'll be using in this program, are a few points on the top of the head, the face, and the torso. And while you tap, you're acknowledging thoughts like, I'm not enough, I can't trust myself. So you're doing two things at once. The first thing is that you're naming what is currently true for you. And the second is that by tapping on these points, you're sending signals of safety to your nervous system. And this combination really helps to shift you out of that threat mode and into regulation. And it's not about forcing yourself to think positive, because at first we're saying phrases that align with how hard things feel. But then as we continue moving through a tapping practice, we start giving ourselves positive affirmations, but it's not in a way that feels like you're lying to yourself or it's a bit extra or anything like that. What we're doing is we're just helping your body to feel safe enough to soften those kind of phrases that you're always saying, like, I'm not good enough, I don't trust myself. Whether you're consciously doing them or not, we're rewiring the mind essentially, and we're sending signals to our nervous system that we're safe, we're okay, we can learn to sit this way with ourselves. So the practice that I'm sharing for today is a guided EFT tapping session that's specifically on self-worth. And you're going to find the link to that tapping video inside today's resource bundle. Link is in the show notes, so you can find it there to download the bundle. And here's how you're going to use it. So you just find yourself a quiet space where you can sit down. It's only going to take a few minutes. Just take a breath in, notice that inner dialogue around your self-worth, how much you value yourself, how kind you're being to yourself, what kind of inner dialogue you've been using lately. And we're not analyzing it, and we're not trying to change it either. We're just noticing where you're at now. And then I want you to press play on the video and just tap along with me. So I'll be there in the video. I'll show you what to do. Basically, you just copy me, tap where I'm tapping, and then I'll say a phrase and you just repeat after me, and then there's a bit of space there for you to repeat after. You just go through and follow along, and it is so powerful. You're going to notice a big shift from the start of the video to the end in the way that you're feeling. I promise. It sounds really woo-woo, but it is really powerful, and there is science that backs it. And just know as well, you don't need to do it perfectly. You might feel a bit odd the first time, but just follow along and notice how your body and your nervous system responds. Notice whether anything feels slightly softer or calmer. That is regulation beginning. And if it feels supportive, I definitely recommend doing a bit of journaling afterwards. And that's what I wanted to share today. So inside the resource bundle, you've got that short guide on EFT and the video link. You've also got some journaling prompts, and things you might like to reflect on are things such as, what does safety feel like in my body? When do I notice my worth feels a little bit conditional? And what helps to settle my system, even just a little bit? EFT is, as I said, one of the tools that I use in my own life, and it's something that I teach within the breakup to help support women's self-worth and nervous system safety, because one of the biggest triggers behind binge and emotional eating is nervous system dysregulation. So give this tool a try and see how you like it. And tomorrow we're going to be talking a bit about food rules, where they come from, why they keep us stuck, especially when we are trying to heal. So I will see you tomorrow. Take care until then. Ciao.